I know my camera decides on its own if it's gonna stay in focus, so I might have to like mess with
Okay.
that a little bit.
Okay. That's all right. I
So I
know.
might have to like
It's,
change my camera here and there.
I gotta do that too. You may notice like when I get food on screen, same thing. I can never get that thing focused on the food. I get it. They want to focus on me. Like the camera is trained to focus on the face. So sometimes I have the same problem.
At let's see if it
Yeah.
works. It's being weird. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
good.
there we go. That should be good then.
Should be
Okay,
good. Should
here
be
we
good.
go.
Yeah.
It shouldn't mess up too badly
You should
now.
be all right. Yeah. Yeah. You should be all right. Oh man.
There we
Okay.
go.
Well, since this is informal, I mean, shit. Let's just start. We don't have to wait for people. Like we can just get on the thing.
Yeah, it's totally up to you. Like I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. Hi everybody. I'm Davey. This is Io, and although you don't see Io yet, but I will fix that in a second. Let me just where is it? There. Okay. Yeah. Because we switch it for I think it's this one, right? Every single time I mess that up because it's labeled null, right? So when it's labeled null, like I don't know that that's the call, but when you know what I mean, it's just like the whole thing. Good thing we started early. Nobody was here to see
Yeah,
that. But welcome, Io. It's good to see you again. How's it going?
it's good to see you too, Davey. Glad to be here.
Yeah.
I'm doing well. I've been working a ton,
Oh yeah.
and just kind of having a good time.
I got you. Oh, we got our regulars in the chat. What's up, Charlie the Goddess? Hello, Davey says Charlie. Hello, Charlie. J-Man says, people who needs them. Crickster says hello. Rocker says hello. Lovely to have you all here. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. I guess I do kind of get a little guilty sometimes because I'm not streaming as frequently as I did a year ago. But it's kind of good, too. I mean, I imagine a lot of people are experiencing this right now, just kind of trying to find that balance. But speaking of balance, I hope your work balances a little more. I mean, hopefully it's work that you are enjoying too. Like so but between the two.
Yeah, I'm not like burning out, which is like the important part. I'm
Yeah,
trying to keep myself. I'm riding that edge right between like working enough to get things taken care of and like kind of pushing myself too far. So I'm keeping that work-life
cool.
balance right on the edge of healthy,
No, good.
but on the right side.
No, good. No, that's great. I mean, sounds like you got a good thing going. I mean, I'm glad that that's lining up for you. I know that you seem to be in a good spot. Like not just like with the job, but it sounds. I mean, just from what I remember, like physically. I mean, geographically, you seem to be in a good spot too. So that's neat. That's kind of neat to hear. Hopefully, it's still a good spot for you, like as of the moment. But
It's I'm cool with it. Like it's a couple years ago I kind of came into the position where I could
mm-hmm,
get a house, right? Like I
mm-hmm.
was able to move into actually being a homeowner,
Yeah.
which is like the dream, right? Like that's something that everybody strives to do. And I made like radical life changes in order to do it. But it was worth it. It was
Cool.
worth it to do it. And so I'm able to yeah, kind of do that. And like I said, it's a lot of sacrifice, it's a lot of work to do it to keep it going.
Yeah.
But these are the sacrifices that we make, and it's one of those things now. Like I look at the housing market, I look at the way the direction the world's going, and I'm like, man, like I got to do everything I can to hold on to this house,
For sure.
because who knows if this is ever going to be an opportunity again in the future.
Yeah. Now, I'd love to hear a little more about the house. Let me catch up on chat for a little bit. Chris just did you happen to see I did
Yeah.
my first ever stream, Davey? LOL. I did not. Well, congratulations on your first stream, Crickster. That's awesome. Um, and so do you have a dedicated stream room with this kind of a house? Like, is there room for one? Like, how's that?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah.
So I got this cool situation in the sense that like I do live by myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a job where I make decent money. I don't make like a crazy amount of money, but I make good money. I'm not in the six figures yet, but I do make good money and enough to afford a house. And I did a lot of work before I moved here. I did a whole bunch of house hunting all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
I was living in California at the time, and now I live in New York. Like, so I was looking all over the
Oh
country. I
yeah.
made, stops all over in as many states as I could,
Hmm.
to find a place that kind of fit the bill in terms of, price and size and, opportunity. And I found this place in more or less the middle of nowhere,
Hmm.
and it's a good sized place, and it's got a basement, a full basement. It's not finished, but it's a full basement,
Ooh.
and the only sort of finish that's done to it is there is a room that's kind of built. So I'm actually in the basement room right now.
Okay.
There's no insulation down here, so in the winter it's crazy cold. But right
Yeah.
now, like in the summer, it's delightful. I'm looking over at my thermometer, and it is 75 degrees here right now, and that's with the computers going and the lights on and everything. So
All
it's like a
right.
nice, comfy temperature, and I got a fan to keep me cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
And the plan is to eventually like build this out more, like
Mhm.
build this room out more. I want to get like drums down here. I've got a keyboard down here already. I keep my guitar upstairs just because basement's humidity and everything.
Mhm.
But I have the idea is to kind of turn this into sort of like a studio,
Yeah.
music, games, all that stuff, and eventually kind of fold that into online streaming and stuff.
Yeah, that is very very cool. Like building out, and then if people, it's particularly people that we know from the creators platform on Twitch or even on socials, like it's a good opportunity. Like if it suits you, if it's something you want to do, like it does seem like a really good setup for people. Hey, come on by. You want to record some stuff here? You can use my spot for it or what have you. But so many possibilities, right? Like that sounds like a
Yeah,
really fun
and that's
spot.
what it is. That's what the house represents, is possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like nail head hit. Like possibilities is what this represents. I've got it's a pretty new house too. The house is only like 20 years old.
Really?
Like it was built like 20 years ago, so
Wow.
it's like modern in that regard.
Yeah.
Um and so it puts me in a really good position to like the maintenance costs of the house in and of itself aren't too bad either. So like I'm
Right.
always doing yard work. I'm all like every single day. Just today alone, I was outside for like an hour and a half just doing yard work after my shift was over. Just pulling weeds and maintaining all the homestead stuff that I want to pursue. It makes it a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's probably a labor of love, I imagine, right? So that's pretty cool.
Absolutely. And especially when you see things like happening that they're not immediate. So like an example is so I've been here for about 2 years.
Hmm.
Um I've been here for almost 2 years. Sorry, I'm also making tea. That's just me fiddling with over to the side. Um I've been here about 2 years. Last year in the fall, I raked up all the leaves, and I piled a whole bunch of the leaves up in one section of my front yard. And I want to preface this: I don't like grass. I'm not a grass fan.
Hmm.
People like to keep their manicured lawns, and they mow the lawn, and they keep it a certain length. That ain't me. I'm not one of them folks. I don't like grass. I want to use it for something more useful. So I took all the leaves from my yard, and I've got a normalish sized front yard, and I've got a weird backyard because I'm on a hill. And so I take all these leaves, I pile them up in a section between a little bushel of trees in the street. Decent sized space, probably I don't know, 8 by 3 feet. So not tiny, not huge. And I just leave them there for the fall. I rake them all up. I put them there. I
Hmm.
kills the grass, right? Leaves them there for the fall. Leaves them there for the winter, and in the spring, I take all the leaves out, mulch them, I put them in like I've got like compost things going on, and all the grass is dead. So it's just like rich black soil.
Ooh.
And so I sprinkle wildflowers all over the place.
Mm.
And today they all started blooming, and so I have just myriad colors of in this great section of these purples and blues and reds, these pinks and whites all over the place from this menagerie going on in this one section of my lawn. And what I also have planted near it as well is like a cherry tree. I just planted a cherry tree, like a fruiting
Ooh.
cherry
Oh
tree.
wow.
It's going to be a tart cherries. And then next to it on the other side are raspberry bushes. So I'm going to have pollinators and fruit trees right there immediately next to each other. So in the next couple years, it's going to be a fruit like bonanza in my front yard. I can't wait.
Yeah, you got a plan there. That's great. And cherries are phenomenal in the Northeast, right? So like that seems like a good call.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm from Michigan originally, and Michigan does not mess around with cherries. Like we take cherries real serious.
Nice. Nice. Let me catch up on chat. I mean, a lot of great comments. J-Man says
Yeah.
breaking out of that rental cycle is huge.
It's huge. Once you realize you don't have to throw your money away, like you're actually investing it. It's such a game changer.
It's definitely a good big feeling, I'm happy to, like my siblings, some of my siblings have been lucky to kind of get into that, like siblings and their brothers-in-law. So they're very, very lucky to do that, especially in this state. Like, so me, I don't know. Well, time will tell.
Yeah.
I feel like I
It's I
can't.
mean, I'll tell you this much. It's not easy. Like it took a
Yeah.
lot of work and I mean a lot of luck. There was a lot of luck involved too.
Right. Right.
Even when I got this house, I closed on it 2 years ago. The prices were still crazy, and they're just even crazier now. So,
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, luck really plays a big role in it.
Yeah, what's interesting? Like we definitely had a window when COVID started, right? There was like about maybe like 6 months, like where there was a window, maybe even a year. I know some of my friends jumped in on that, and so like
Yeah,
I don't know if you're part of that or if there was just after that, but
no.
I knew you weren't.
And
But
just after that, all those 3% people, 3% interest, they got in like the right time. I'm a little bit after that.
okay, okay, but still pretty good though, all things considered, because I do think that things have gone up even since then. So like, good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's back to chat. Crickster says, "Gotta love the middle of nowhere. Neighbors are annoying." Gosh, ain't that? Yeah, so true.
I do have neighbors. I will say that I've got neighbors, and my neighbors definitely span from being great to being pains in the butt. But they are. It's nice to have like my space, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
I've been doing apartments for years, and I'm about as rural as you can get and still be considered suburban. So I'm like right there on the edge.
Oh, interesting.
So it's a
Interesting.
nice mix. I still have kind of the modern amenities. So like I have plumbing. No, I don't have like I don't have a septic tank, and I have like central like municipal water. I don't have to do with like well water. But like if you go literally 10 feet outside of my little tiny area that I'm in, you're on well water. You're on septic systems. Like you're really like pushing that homestead living.
Yeah. I guess that's a really interesting observation because I've been in a couple Airbnbs that are kind of out there recently, and it's the same scenario. It's like it's a septic system in both cases, and I guess that's just the general idea. Like when the farther you are from like the suburbs or from a city, the more likely that's probably going to happen. Would I have that right?
Yeah, totally. And that's kind of the direction I wanted, but one of the big right, Romo. One of the big things that really sold me on it out here is that when I go outside at night, I look up and I see stars. And that is something that I did not have for decades
Yeah,
before
yeah,
this.
yeah.
And just I cannot be overstated the how serene it is just to be able to say, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the stars. I do want to get a telescope. I want to do all that stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
being able to just like chill out is like that in the outside where it's otherwise quiet. It's amazing.
That's super cool. Yeah, that
Yeah, CG, we definitely played Among Us.
CG, welcome in, by the way. I love that you played Among Us with CG before. That's a. Let me catch up on a lot of people just checked in just now. So Gibson Lens, great to see you, Gibson. Like one of our TwitchCon buddies. Good to see you, Gibson. Shout out to Gibson Lens. Like I did. Did you remember? I'm not sure if you saw this, but when TwitchCon was in Vegas, we did a conference room stream, and it was Gibson Lens, myself, and Jump for Joy, and we were just chatting about Twitch and stuff. Like it was really funny.
Oh, so cute.
And in addition to them, I think we had Kashmir Feline. Yeah, so that was a great group. We had a good time. Yeah. Yep.
What a fun
Hey,
group.
Mad Clean, what's up sandwich? What's up, Clean? How you doing? It's been a minute. How have you been? How have you been, Mike? Good to see you. Rohan says plumbing in this economy.
Yeah,
Great.
no, not wrong.
Not wrong. Good to see you, Rome, as well. And likewise, Mocker plays. Good to see you, Mocker. How you doing? Who says stars? Yeah, we love the stars. King Daybreaker, nice to see you. Enjoy your lurk. Hopefully, we'll see you a little later. But yeah, wonderful to have you all here. Rothgar says yard work never ends. In the fall, I fill around 20-yard bags with leaves.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is I'm trying to do what I can to be as conscious, like nature conscious as I can. So like, there's a part of me that wants to take all those leaves and just put them up on the curb and get them taken away. But then I realized like I've got a great opportunity to do stuff with the leaves. So I use them as mulch. I use them for a couple different things. And the only kind of like yard waste that I actually dispose of by this point are the notably large like wood. I've got a ton of trees behind my house. Just cut them down actually a couple months ago. And so sometimes I have to haul those logs and put them by the street and they'll take them away, or like the big sticks that aren't really good for composting. But grass clippings, leaves, all that all goes. I try to turn it over to make it into mulch. And next year, because I went so hard into fruit this year, next year is where I'm gonna do all of the big I'm gonna do all the big what are they called? Planters, like the
Mhm.
raised beds. And that's one of the benefits of having all that lumber and wood around too, is not lumber like planks of like 2x4s, but like trees. I've actually got like trees.
Mhm.
Put all those in the raised bed, save some space, save some soil, and
I've
yeah.
I've
And
seen
so I'm trying to
we
save it all.
homemade mulch is next level. Io, like I gotta give it to you. Homemade mulch sounds great. It's so beautiful. Like the really good stuff's like red and brown and in color. Like oh, you got
Yeah, I've got a funny thing too, where like part of being like my becoming a homeowner is I'm like, let me find out fun ways to do this. So I've got like different compost systems. I've just got like lazy kinds, I've got active kinds. I just do whatever I can to kind of like keep it
yeah.
like interesting and to utilize what I have and to do it as cheap as possible.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, it's very efficient. Like I love like
Multiplier.
you've got your leaves, you've got your bark, you've got your wood lying around. Like let's just make this into something we can use. Like and it looks
And a
great.
couple and in like a year I'm gonna start having a bunch of fruit popping up. So like that'll
Ooh.
also be feeding into it.
Mmm. Oh, you're doing it right. This is great. Matt Clean once
Yeah.
says, "All good, my man. How you been? I've been good. Like, obviously, every week's gonna be different, but this week I've been good. Carlo, great to see you. The stream scribe. Give a shout out to the stream scribe. What's up, my good friend? Very excited to.
I'm looking forward to seeing Carlo and you in a couple days.
Yes,
That's gonna be
indeed.
fun.
Oh, it's gonna be good times. Good time. I'm really looking forward to that too. I've met you before on a couple of occasions. I've not met Carlo in person
Yeah.
before, so that'll be great.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Carlos's new alt account name, Multiplier. Beautiful name. I love that. Um, let's see. Thank you for the shout, Mocker. Rothgar says, I wish I had the space to compost my yard waste. Yeah. It's no small thing to have that kind of space. So, like, kudos to you, too.
It's a lot. It definitely is nice, and it's not particularly attractive in many cases. Like you want to try to do it in a clever way, so you're not like so it doesn't look like your house is a dump. But I've more or less done that. I do have one spot. I've got this huge pile of debris in terms of like lots of branches and everything from a project that I did about a year ago. And then right next to that it's just a garbage can, honestly. It's just like one of
Mm-hmm.
those outside like black garbage cans. And I drilled some holes in the bottom, holes in the side, and it's actually a compost bin. It's like a passive compost bin where instead of like being able to turn over compost over the course of a couple months, it turns the stuff you put into it into compost over like a 6 to 12 month period. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
slower process, a slower burn, but it makes it so in the fall you can turn your fall waste into compost over the winter. So you're still able to develop compost outside in the winter when the, like 0 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And so that's the sacrifice that I'm making, is having this one visible garbage can for passive compost that I'll be able to use immediately in spring once the, frost breaks.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Now, are the winters? I mean, I know that winters in your part of the world, they're not going to be nice per se, but it's
They go back and forth. So for the record, I'm upstate New York.
okay.
For chat and everybody's benefit, I'm upstate New York. I'm several hours north of New York City.
Okay.
I'm on the Hudson River. So like the winters can go anywhere from very mild, like what happened a couple years ago, to the opposite. Like
Yeah.
2 winters ago, we had one snowstorm, and it was a big one. It was a big snowstorm, but otherwise it was a very mild winter. And then this last winter was really, really cold and went on forever. And so it swings back and forth, drops below zero, easily in the evenings. And it's a very humid region, so we get it's constantly raining when it's not winter, and when it is winter, it could be snowstorms, it could be nothing. Like, you just never know. So you just kind of got to be prepared for anything. Like, I've got a generator in my garage because power goes out, and I want to make sure I have power during the blackouts, or during the dark storms, I mean.
Yeah. Do you need to? Does it get cold enough where you would need a block heater? Because that is a definite thing in further north.
So I do have that type of thing prepared in my house. I have a gas heater in the house, but I also have a pellet stove, so secondary fuel source. And then I also have, more or less, Carlo gets it, like, because Carlo's only a few hours away from me. Winter, mud, humid, and construction.
Four seasons.
Yeah, and I'm from Detroit, and to be clear here, Detroit, all it is winter and construction. Like, you don't get that's all you have. So that those mud and humid seasons, those are a great introduction to mix up my yearly weather cycles.
I love that. J-Man says only 2 here, summer and not quite summer.
Yeah.
J-Man's located around the Valley of the Sun, so like that's very accurate. Yeah, I've been from time to time. Rain, what's going on?
I will say that I do miss California. So when I moved, like I mentioned, I'm from Detroit originally, and then I moved to California back in the right at the when the recession happened. I moved to California, got out of Michigan, went to California, and I was there until 2023.
Right.
And I've been here in New York since, and man, I really miss it. I lived in Oakland, California, up in the Bay Area, and aside from the cost in terms of having to pay rent and pay a lot of rent, I miss everything about California. The benefit is, like was it Uladinen? Uladinen said upstate is incredibly pretty, and so that really makes it nice, particularly in the fall. September, October is breathtaking here.
Yeah. It was we'll call our friend Ulo, but Ulo, it's great to have you check in.
There we go. That works.
Yeah. And Crickster has a question too, which we'll roll into. Crickster says Oakland is nice. Yeah, definitely. Like, I have a friend who also got in. I was mentioning that initial wave of like opportunity to get a house, and one of my friends jumped in on that in Oakland and got a house with his wife, and it's a lovely house actually. It's not the biggest house, but it's a really lovely house up around Oakland. So pretty cool stuff. Let's see. We have 4 seasons attractions: autumn, taxes, traffic, and road rage. Yeah, road rage too. Yeah. Look at that. I thought that was just LA. Okay, good to know. But let me see. So Crickster's question is, the question was about the basement. Then with the basement, will you try your hand at canning?
Yeah. So that's one of the goals, is to lean into canning a little bit. I mean, I'm a millennial. I'm a zennial technically. I'm right there on that cusp of Gen X and millennial. And I do want to do canning. I haven't done it, but that's part of what all the fruit stuff is, right? I've got the cherry tree. I've got the raspberries going. Um, I absolutely can. I've already got the mason jars. I've got the mason jars. I've got the setup already. So I am prepared. I am ready to can. I just need the actual product to do it. The uh the thing that I'm really, really looking forward to canning when it becomes available is I mentioned the cherry and the raspberry bushes that I planted. What I also planted and are probably going to fruit this year are some elderberries. So I have two different elderberries, and they're flowering right now. They're in bloom, which means that in a couple months I'm probably gonna have berries. Um, and elderberries are a fruit that you can't just eat raw. You have to cook them, which means they're great for canning, and so you can turn them into jam. But the fruit that I'm really, really looking forward to canning, I'm not going to be able to for probably 5 years or so. It's a fruit called a pawpaw, and I planted, no joke, 6 of these pawpaw trees around my yard. And so starting this year, I'm gonna be able to get some elderberries. And yeah, Crickster, I like 100% on the same page. I'm gonna make some elderberry syrup.
Nice, nice.
You have to cook it, but that's gonna be great. And then in a few years, once the pawpaws mature and start fruiting, I'm gonna start canning those, and I'll have a whole bunch of pawpaw preserve. And pawpaws are a weird fruit that most people aren't familiar with, and they're fortunately native to where I'm in, so they're taken off really well.
Boy, this is going great. This is really sound like things are lining up well. And I love you're playing the long game with the pawpaws. This is good stuff. Rahoma says iocane. Let's go. Iocane. I love
Yeah,
that. And
it's iocane, not iocan't.
excellent, excellent. Rothgar says, "Can you do that?" Hell, I got tickled. I got a tickle out of that too.
These are some jarring puns.
I'm gonna give you a
Maybe we
ding.
could put a lid on it for now. Come back to it later. Shelf it for the moment. I could go on for hours.
Yeah, no canned material with IO tonight. I mean, it's all fresh stuff. For now, and then later. Rahoma says, "I only know about those because of Jungle Book." Okay, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. The elderberries is like a Jungle Book thing, I think.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, I mean, elderberries are. I don't know if they're. Maybe, yeah, I'm not sure. And Yulos mentioned like elderberries and lingonberries. They are actually lingonberries are also in my area. But I only have so much like space I can use to grow. I did want to do lingonberries, and there's a couple other ones I wanted to do as well. But I started with the raspberry. Um, Marion berries is another one I want to do. But I started with the raspberry, elderberries, the sour cherries, and the pawpaws. Those are the 4 initial fruits that I'm doing. Pawpaws. So the funny thing about pawpaw, here's the deal. They are a North American fruit, and they are, for all intents and purposes, they look to be tropical, but they're not, because I mean I'm in a temperate area, and they do resemble, like when you look at them, they look like a kind of mix between maybe a avocado or a mango or a papaya. That's what they kind of look like on the outside. But what actually they are is they're a member of the custard apple family. And when you open them up on the inside, they're this like yellowish, whitish, like custard material. And when you eat it, it tastes like a mix of banana and mango.
Ooh.
Um, they're crazy good, and but they don't keep well, so they don't ship well, so you don't find them in stores or anywhere. You got to special order them. So that's the plan, is to have a little bit of a pawpaw orchard here, and try and sell them, or just have them. Just, I mean, I'm gonna can a ton of them. That's half of the 90% of the reason I want them is to can them.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, and just to quickly clarify something, the chat does correctly state that the Pawpaws were from the Jungle Book. I wasn't sure if it was Pawpaws or Elderbrothers, but it was the Pawpaws, which is really kind of neat. And other people in the chat chiming in. J-Man says, but you don't need to use the claw when you pick a pair of the big pawpaw. I love it. I need to see that movie again. I hadn't seen it in a minute. The Jungle Book cartoon. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crickster says they are like a panic of papaya and mango looks-wise, but have never tasted them. So I think you broke that down pretty well, too, Io. That's pretty good. Let me see. J-Man says, elderberries I know because they supposedly smell like King Arthur. See, I was... I was thinking about mentioning that, too. Elderberries I know because they supposedly smell like King Arthur's father, who also supposedly married a hamster. You got it too. I love that. Your father smells like elderberries. Mocker says, has anyone asked if Ernie is okay yet? It's a good question.
Ernie be doing his thing. Well, I mean, we discussed this right before we went live. I had a couple options here, and this is my family friendly option. So Ernie was the family friendly option. I could have done some other ones. Here we go. I could do this one. Let's do this. There we go. We've got my there we go. And I can put it in chat too. There we go.
Oh yeah, you got an emote for it. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah. Gibson says it's Bert. Yeah, the Bert one was really fun. That Ernie did not look family friendly.
Well, it's better than the other one that I had. The other one was
totally.
was funny, but less family friendly.
Yeah, Crickster says this one gets my seal of approval. Love it.
It's literally what this is. This is my seal of disapproval, in fact. The deal with this, the reason why I have this as an emote and as an actual Discord background is 2024, 2023, 2024, I was unemployed for a long time, and I was looking for work, trying to, put my resume out everywhere, emailing it out everywhere, when after roughly 6 months or so of sending out emails, I realized that my Google account that I was sending all my emails from, this picture was my icon. So when you got an email, you saw this picture.
Oh, wow.
And then you'd say, oh, here's Iocane's resume, blah, blah, blah. And but it wasn't just this picture. It actually said in like meme letters, seal of disapproval on it. And it was this weird kind of like result of Google like joining together both my email account and my ancient Google Plus account, where on Google Plus this was my Google Plus picture. And so it merged them both and made my email picture the seal of disapproval. And I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting any callbacks on jobs for months. And I'm pretty sure it had to do with this.
It probably was a factor.
So I had to immortalize it as a background and as an emote for my channel.
That is so funny.
That's why it's here.
I'm glad you caught on to it though, because that could have been very frustrating for a while.
Yeah.
No, that's really
Yep.
That is a hysterical story. I mean, thankfully thankfully the job search worked out, and now we can laugh at it. But I can imagine in the moment it was like, oh no. Let me see.
Hey, Taki.
Oh my goodness, what's up, Trina? Good to see ya. Shout out to Trina. Trina says, I have terrible news. I must pass on to Davey and the Sandwich and Naders. I got the game date, everything for the purpose of romancing Vacky to continue the bit. Tonight, I am ruined. I got friend-zoned by Vacky?
Friend-zoned by Vacky.
Oh, no. Can we offer you a hug? Or
an egg?
Yeah.
In this trying time.
By Vacky and date everything. Wow. Dang. Well, Trina, I hope that turns around. Aw. Oh, man.
Vacky, that sucks.
Vacky. Even in the face of this news. That's pretty good. Trina, I'm really sorry, though. I'm sorry that Vacky friend-zoned you. Mocker says, honestly, it makes sense. Vacky is clearly way out of everyone's league. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. Yeah, Rain was like corroborating your other point. Papas look tropical, but they're temperate. Isn't that interesting? I learned of them some 5-ish years ago. I've been so badly wanted to try it since I learned about them. That's great, though. Yeah, and I'm curious about it too. I've never tasted one, and I think it'll be really once I do get my hands on it, should be really great. Let me see. King's sign sealed, delivered. Another one. There you go, King. Hey, Steven, how's it going? Whispers, hi, friends. Hello, Steven. Welcome. Now, did I miss anything in chat? Let me know if I missed anything in chat. Feel free to repeat it. I will catch up on that eventually. Crixus says, I never really did like Vacky. You were too good for them. No, I think Vacky was a very, very awesome part of our world. So I feel like we are better people for having Vacky, personally. So I really hope that you can patch up your differences, and it can be a thing again, because obviously significant parts of Trina's merch store are devoted to Vacky merchandise. So we do hope.
Wait, Trina. Sorry, Dave.
No worries.
Is this that game where like you're romancing all of the things around the house? Like they're actually like the sofa and all, and like Matt Mercer does voices in it. Is this that game? I've heard about this game. If so, like it's all actually like, yeah, man. All right. So a friend of mine was playing this game too. I thought I didn't know that was the game. A friend of mine, she told me about it. I'm like, okay, dude. But like the sort of like idea behind the game, she's like, yeah, Matt Mercer does stuff and a whole bunch of other like actually paid people, and it's actually like produced in a very like respectful way. Um, yeah, wow, yeah, exactly. The voice, the actor cast is wild. But I know other people playing this game. Like this game's hot stuff. It's hot stuff right now.
It's like the most.
Yeah, tons of dropout and Critical Role. Yep.
Wow, that's a heck of production values for this game. Then, yeah.
Yeah. I do volunteer work for Habitat for Humanity, and one of my like supervisors, she was telling me about this game because we nerd out about like games and D&D stuff. She actually has a 42 tattoo, as in like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And and I've got my nerdy tattoos, and we're both that's our thing. And I just was chatting with her like a week and a half ago, and she was telling me all about this game. And it's so funny because yeah, she's like big into D&D and board. She actually does board game events, and so like yeah, it's that's so funny. I never expected anyone else to discuss this game, and here we are. I'm so happy that it's you, Trina, because like it's everybody that I know who knows this game loves it, so it's great. I love it.
I'm so glad that she knew the game too, because like it totally like fleshed out like what the game's about too, which is like really, really great. And Trina says the worst is the whole reason we got this game was to romance Vacky. Aw. Well, I had so many people sending me the game before it was out to date Vacky. It seemed like a match made in heaven or at Hoover, whichever one you want to go with. But man, I'm so sorry that didn't work out. Let me see. Yeah, that is amazing. 90% of your merch is Vacky. That's true, by the way. I've been there. I've seen it. So, yeah, 100%. No, that's awesome. Like, awesome pull on your end to IO. But what do you think of the game just in general? Like, how much fun are you having with the game so far? Like you said, it's the hot thing right now.
So, I mean, I haven't played it. It looks. I did look it up, and it's got like I believe the reviews on Steam is like very positive, or like really well regarded.
Mm-hmm.
It's great for bisexuals. We panic a lot playing it. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds like the like the bisexual tremble, like oh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Not bad. Yeah. Thank you for the idea too, Trina. Like this is great. Like I need to add this to the list of a very long list of games like I should be playing, and I'm not. I'm really bad at this. But um, do you think they will have this game?
Sometimes you gotta romance the toaster, right? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just kind of how that game do.
Quick question, Trina. This is a very important question. Okay. Um, do you think they will have this game at Snakes and Lattes? Let me know. Like if it's that kind of a game. Well, it is a Steam though, so maybe it's not a board game. It's like a video game. Um, okay, I'm gonna think about that. But no, it's a PC game. Okay, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay. Right. Because you even mentioned voice actors. You can't do that in a board game. So like, right. Okay. So we won't be able to play it there. Okay. No worries. But it sounds like fun. Like you all were saying. Like, it sounds like a good time. Like I don't know how much it costs, but it sounds like it would be worth it. So.
it's definitely not my type of game,
Mm-hmm.
but it also seems like such a fun like idea for a game,
Mm-hmm.
and it just makes me very happy that it's a thing, that it exists in the world.
I love it. I love it. Let's go see if we can find someone playing this game when we raid out. Like that'd be a fun like idea. We'll see if we commit to that idea, but that's just putting that out there. Like if I don't know anyone playing the game, obviously myself, but if any of you do, let me know. Let us know. It's a great game to play with people and just have some good laughs. Possible stream content, Trina, because like maybe you might get some buzz if you jump in on it for stream. It would be really fun. This is great though. Hilarious outcomes. And Trina's always been good to bring chaos to the chat too. That's always my favorite thing about whenever Trina checks in.
I love it.
Oh, you did stream it. Okay, cool. Okay, even better. My failure is now forever. Okay, if there's a VOD now, I need to see the VOD and just see what that's about. I'm sorry, Trina, though. I didn't know. I was hoping for better outcomes for you, but we will continue to stream it. Okay, cool. Ulos is the game.
Trina, could you put in chat the name of the game just so we have it?
Yeah. We would love to document that. I'll look it up too. Crixer says I have to go cook dinner, but I'll still try to be here, but my phone might die. No worries.
Everything. Yep. Yeah, that's right.
Great to see you, Crixer. Have a good rest of your night, and do have a nice time cooking dinner as well. Date Everything. Literally, the name is called Date Everything. Okay, cool. Let's see who's playing the Date Everything game. Be fun. There's a VOD and highlight.
So we got it locked in for later.
Ooh, let's go. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be my kind of game either. I'm not really. I mean, usually I don't play games for dating purposes, so like it's So I
What's your go-to game type? What's your type of game that you like to play? Like if you had the choice, right? Be it like I'm gonna log on, play with friends, or like I'm gonna be solo. Like what's your in a perfect scenario? You're like time to play games. Let's plug it in. Let's turn it on. Let's do this. What would you be playing?
Some kind of a competition game, right? So like Golf with Your Friends is a great example. Like that's a game I like to do. If there were like other games that are kind of like that, or game show kind of games, like trivia games. I love trivia. So like kind of Jackbox, but kind of not, because Jackbox, you kind of have to wait out people talking. But yeah, trivia, and definitely I would say I would lean like more towards like trivia and sports. Like those are the two. Like action games. Those would be really fun to play with friends. And Golf with Your Friends is like one of the best community games that they've come up with for online gaming. Fortnite's actually a really good one too. I just haven't tried it. Like I think I would get into it more if I had the courage to actually start. But I'm kind of worried that.
What's the one you're just saying right now?
Oh, Fortnite, like the one that's been on Fortnite forever. Like you know, that looks like a really really good game to play with like a bunch of other people.
So I personally, I used to play tons of shooters, and I was really big into Call of Duty, like really big into Call of Duty for a long time. And I was an early adopter on Fortnite, actually. So I baited Fortnite back when it was only, before Fortnite actually like popped off, and before you could do anything crazy like what you can do now. Back in 2017. 2018, I was playing Fortnite really, really early on, and it kind of lost me, and I'm really not a big Fortnite. And generally speaking, I have no interest in Fortnite unless my friends are playing. And then if they're playing and they're like, we got free space or whatever, like hop in, yeah, I'll join. I've got like a silly, my GOG name is Urban Fervor. If you're a 30 Rock fan, then you'll appreciate it. And I'll hop on there and I'll play Fortnite so long as it's with friends. Last time I played actually was with it was with Fenwa, um, Erizabeta, if you know them, and then Joliet, Joliet 4. And
Hmm.
so all of us played what's it called? We played Fortnite together. That was the last time I played Fortnite.
Wow.
And yeah, like it's fun. I'm not gonna play it on my own. I'm definitely not gonna like log in and do it myself. But if there's a good crew, yeah, 100% count me in. I love it.
It can make a big difference, right? Like Among Us is a good example of that too. It's like, I mean, with that game you would play by yourself. No, one, I don't even think you can. But beyond that, it's like I feel like the people who are playing the game will influence greatly whether you want to play too, right? So if it's like that group, oh, absolutely. But if it's people that you don't know as well, maybe not as much. So I totally vibe with that with your point there.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Like I was actually mentioning it to Mark a couple days ago. Like I wish, like because I know Mark used to play a bunch of Among Us. I'm like, yeah, one of these days we're gonna play Among Us. And CG mentioned it earlier. I used to play Among Us on Tyler with Tyler, and that's where CG played
Hmm.
when we played together, and several others were involved in that as well. But yeah, I love social deduction games like Among Us and Secret Hitler and what's it called? Lockdown Protocol. There's a couple of games like that where it's social deduction and you're trying to figure out who done it,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, totally, totally. And there are like IRL slash board game versions of this too, because my cousins and I have played like Werewolf, and there's one that's
Yep.
kind of like Werewolf. Like those are really great, and it gets intense. Like people start accusing other people, like, no, it wasn't me. How could
Oh
you say it
yeah.
was me? Like it gets so fun.
For sure. My favorite board game moment of my life was playing. I don't know if you've ever played Secret Hitler, but it's a social deduction game where
Hmm.
it's liberals versus fascists, and then you want your side to win, and like the fascist side has Hitler, and so like if you're a liberal, obviously you want to kill Hitler. And my number one board game memory was playing Secret Hitler with a bunch of friends back in, I don't know, 2018, 2009, 2018, 2019.
Hmm.
And there's a whole bunch of us. And we had like the max amount of people you could have in the game. And I was a fascist.
Hmm.
And uh, I played the whole game as a liberal. I just like kind of mathed it out in my head. I'm really kind of meticulous in that way, and I kind of mathed it out ahead of time, and I knew that the odds were in my favor, that I could play the whole game as a fascist or as a liberal being a fascist, and that I could still kind of take advantage of it. And I convinced a player in the game who notoriously is like an agent of chaos. He's always trying to like make things crazy, and he doesn't necessarily play the objectives. He just tries to play the crazy card and to keep things interesting or whatever. Well, he decided to play the game straight, and he was a liberal, and he played. He's like, I'm gonna win this game for once, blah blah blah, and I baited him, and it
Wow.
was delicious. It was delicious. I baited him into trusting me,
Wow.
and we got to like literally the very last round of the game, and it was him and me, and he had all of the trust in the world in me, and I stabbed him in the back, and I ruined his whole weekend with this. And then I didn't ruin his whole weekend. I ruined I absolutely shattered his world with this. And it was not only did I find it funny, I gotta want to be clear here. Everybody involved thought it was the funniest friggin' thing they'd ever seen, because this guy is such the consummate troll, and such the guy to kind of keep things crazy um,
You got him good.
for games like this. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got him so good. It's my favorite moment of board gaming ever.
Oh, Yeah.
It
Oh
was the
my
best. It was
gosh.
the best. He's like, well, I guess we're gonna have to pass this liberal policy. I'm like, speak less.
Yeah.
And like, oh god, it was so good. It was so
Big
good.
time congrats to you, my friend. Like that is epic. Like I've never come close to a board game moment like that. Never, not even in the neighborhood of that good. That's
Oh,
great.
I play a lot of board games, and that was the first time it had ever happened to me.
Hmm.
It was kismet. The stars aligned. It was crazy.
Yeah. Brendan, thank you so much for the raid. Good to see you. Brendan was just at an open mic, Brendan, just and vibing with the rest of the performers. And Brendan adds, I got a galvo look at the radar. I think people were really getting into your story. Trina says, my fave was when, by the way, Brendan, folks from Brendan's channel, like I'm Davey. This is the Sandwich Show. It's nice to have you here. We're hanging out with iocanepowduh. Many of you know iocane. And this has been a great conversation so far. So on the subject of the game, Trina to Mark, my fave was when RW was like, I want to have a thought. I just screamed, no, I want to find Brendan Lee Mulligan. And the Carrot, it's good to see you, Carrot. Who doesn't want to find Brendan Lee Mulligan? And that's just in general.
True. True.
I'd love to find him twice, 3 times even. How many times have you found Brendan Lee Mulligan in your lifetime, IO?
Oh man, because I'm such an old school nerdy gamer type. I I'm definitely a dropout person, and
Mm-hmm.
God, I would love to just like meet and hang out with Brendan. Most of those dropout people, honestly, but Brendan, I very much appreciate what he does.
Totally. I love it. I love it a lot. We do have a clip from where is it? From the chat. And thank you to Mark for putting this in.
Yes,
This is
Trina.
the
Oh my
yeah.
God, I'm not sorry. I have to comment on this because Trina is 100% right. I literally have a thing in my phone, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Gonna watch it because it is a big deal. And I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be good. And you know it. Like, I know it. If you're a dropout person, Game Changer this Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, it's apparently going to be a big deal. And if it's anything like the other episodes this season, it's going to be incredible because every episode of Game Changer this season has been very good. The most recent one might have been my favorite one with the Price is Right wheel. So good. Um, uh, I'm very excited about it, Trina. You and I, same page here. Yes, yes,
Wow.
girl, yes.
Well, that's awesome. Like, I mean, I don't know anything about that show, but it sounds fantastic from what you described. Like, that sounds really great.
Oh, it's the best show.
Mm-hmm. Is it D&D related? I think it is, right? Like, it's kind of just like games and things
So
like
the
that.
point of the game changer is literally the game changes every like you don't know what it is. The sort
Oh.
of like the opening line is what does he say? Like you have to play to learn how to play and effectively you go into it not knowing how to play and then you start learning how to play by playing the game and you kind of like fumble your way through it and that's half of the fun and the whole game is just like psychologically scarring the contestants for everyone's entertainment and it is very funny.
That does sound like a good time. Like, very much
It's
on brand
so
for
good.
me. Well, enjoy that episode. I'll see if I can find it too. At some hopefully I can.
So good.
If any of you want to ping me when it happens, like please let me know. I don't know where to find where this is, but like let me know. I'll be glad to.
It's its own streaming platform. So
Okay.
it's like a website called
Ooh.
Dropout. It's effectively it's what College Humor turned into. So College Humor is gone.
Ah.
So College
Okay.
Humor has sort of went bankrupt, and Sam Reich uh, created Dropout, and then actually ended up buying the rights to College Humor. So all of College Humor now actually exists on Dropout,
Mm-hmm.
and Sam Reich is now effectively the owner of it all.
Okay.
But he's great. Like he's if you're familiar with Robert Reich, the former uh, uh, secretary of I forget like the interior or something like that under Clinton. That's his son.
Oh no, no kidding! Wow, really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It started as a fun game show and then descended into psychological torture. Wow. That's intense.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah. It sounds great. It sounds great. Ulo says, if he left College Humor, does that mean he was a dropout of College Humor? I think that's why he called it
Yeah.
dropout. Like, I think that was the idea,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, and so like the talking about Brendan Lee Mulligan, that's College Humor is where Brendan Lee Mulligan really got his like foothold and gained notoriety. And Dimension 20, which is really where he got his foothold, is a function of Dropout and College Humor both.
Oh, that's cool.
But currently actively a Dropout production.
Okay. That sounds like a really great operation they got going over there. Let us now watch.
And there's a lot of cool people involved with it. Like
Yeah.
like famous people are involved in it. If you know Paul F. Tompkins, Lisa Gilroy,
Mhm.
lots of bigger names are involved. They had Howie Mandel at one point.
Wow.
So it's like a whole thing.
That's pretty good. And King, yes, thank you for being. King called it with my guess because King said when you were asking me like what kind of game do I like, and I leaned towards like sports type games, and King says, yeah, I was gonna say sports. And good call by King. Let's go look at the clip. This is a clip from Date Everything. Let's watch this together. Oh no, not mute though. Ugh, hold on. Okay, try that again.
To be correct. It's vacuum time?
It's vacuum time. Okay, we gotta fix this.
What do you fix? Everything's
so
going
glad to see you again.
fine.
Oh, thank you. Glad to see you too.
You're better than ever.
No, glad to see you too.
Okay.
After everything is all said and done, I've cleared out a few things.
Good job. Did you get rid of the hairball?
I feel more present, and I've got a bit of space now. Space for fun, space for work, space for curiosity.
Space for...
Personal growth. No, love. We're going for love.
To be honest,
We got
After
rejected.
all this?
At least, not with
Yeah.
you.
Oh
We
man.
It's not
got-
personal.
We got
Maybe
we got
we can just be
rejected.
friends.
This was the entire... Yeah, we gotta stay friends. I don't want to hate
We
them.
better part ways, or I'd love that. Which one?
You ruined this
I
for
didn't
me!
ruin
You
anything!
ruined this for me! This was the entire point of us playing, and we just got rejected by the vacuum! This was the entire reason we got this game!
We can save scum.
Huh?
We can save scum.
Save
Load a
what?
new file or load the
Well,
old
part
save.
ways.
Do you know what I was saying?
Huh?
Save scum. We haven't saved the game yet. Since I don't know if we saved it after. I think I saved it after we had that last date.
This is where Trina learns what
But
save
we
scumming
can always
is.
start it
Oh
again.
wow. You can see the look of fulfillment on Trina's face.
No, I'm just saying you can.
Hold on, let me back this is bigger.
Or next
Yep.
the next time we stream, it's gonna be a fresh save, just Hoove any %.
Oh dear.
We could speedrun Hoove any %. That would be really funny.
Speedrun Hoove
Just
any
friends?
percent is
Yes.
maybe
we
the best
can't
thing I've
fix
heard all day.
anything.
Yeah, we can't fix anything.
In that case, I hope you and I can spend
Your
time
feet are
together
so
forever.
cold. Well, we're
You taught
ruined.
me so
I'm
much.
so ruined. This was all your fault.
Why?
Click too
Ones
fast.
weren't really nice.
No, I didn't click any of the decisions too fast. It would behoove you.
Just date him.
Oh,
and
and then
sleep
fun on top of
Yeah,
it.
Nailed
literally,
it.
Hoove
Love
80%.
I might be a vacuum, but I'm sure not empty inside anymore.
You're-
I am though.
What do you say?
Back to Shelly.
That was for the Hove comment.
Go catch a game.
Behooves. Oh my gosh.
Just you bet Hoove. I'm
You
over
bet
it.
who.
Wow.
Hoove!
What a letdown, right? Like, I think we are
We
friends.
still didn't fail.
Friends.
I don't know if I'd say that. Is that the rest of I think that's the rest of that's the gist of the clip. Wow.
That's funny.
Oh man. My sympathies. Like so much here's the I can round this out, but this is what
Brendan, we got the game.
We can get it again next time. It's okay. You want to date the bed?
Do you have a rebound appliance?
Rebound appliance.
Justice for Becky.
Again.
I have a
Justice for
I want to
Becky.
find Brendan Lee Mulligan.
Okay, that is actually great. The ending of that is fantastic. There, that's great. So much to unpack, right? Like, wow. Trina says Shelly is my rebound. She is a shelf. Oh boy! Wow.
It's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, she is extremely bipedic worthy. I see it. Yeah, honestly, I am so sorry about all that, Trina. That is just very unfortunate. Like, it was a tailor-made situation, and somehow it still didn't work out for Vacky. Like, wow. I don't even know what to say. Let me see. But thank you for showing us that game. Thank you for your condolences. Absolutely, yeah. That's traumatizing. Like, just watching it on a replay, like, I felt that. Even though I didn't have an appliance in the fight on that one, but still, you feel bad. Like, it's just like, oh man, like, it's so surprising. What a blindside that was, right? Yeah.
No one expects to get shut down by a vacuum cleaner. Let's be clear.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Especially when you put your moves on them.
Yeah. Like, and then the question is, were the moves too much too soon? I don't know. Maybe it just was destiny in this scenario. Yeah. Oh well. Well, I do hope that the rebound shelf can kind of make up the difference, or at least help bridge the pain a little bit. But thank you for the clips, everybody. Trina says, I need to go through the VOD and clip because there's also a part where I scream, I just lost the love of my life, and my friend in chat is like, you say this while sitting beside your long-term partner. Oh man, I guess shit got real right there.
King gets it.
King says, being declined by a vacuum cleaner has to suck. There you go. Yeah, the puns will rain down from the sky. I mean, it'll be rather... I mean, I don't know about you, but there are points where my eyes were almost getting dusty there for a minute there. I don't know. Vacuum... Let me see.
I'll take it. We'll count it.
Wasn't my
count
best.
it.
That was like a C effort. King pun breaker. There you go, King. Lovely. Okay, so let me give you a new hypothetical. Pivot this a bit. On Instagram earlier today, I was asking people, like, what would be the stupidest way to spend $250? And so that goes to all of you. I'll give you the first floor on that first.
Jeez, I did see. I didn't give it too much thought. I was just kind of like cycling through while like spacing out while working. But $250. The stupidest way to spend $250. So my brain goes in two different directions. One goes in a politically incorrect direction. And then the other one goes in a let's be silly about this and have like light fun. So I'm gonna try to do that silly light fun direction. So give me a second here.
Okay.
I have to shut down the politically incorrect side to do it.
Wait, would the politically incorrect side involve someone from off the street? Because I would have enjoyed that politically correct version of it. In fact, actually, we have a raid that might actually entertain that side of the conversation.
Yeah, right.
What's up, SockCop? Let me go give you all a raid. Let me go welcome you all in. Thank you, everybody. Welcome in. I predict the riot. I predict the riot. Welcome, SockCop. Nice to see you. Well, how many tell you something. SockCop is funny. I saw SockCop with our friend the Rusty Panda last week doing an interview there. That was great. So y'all go give a shout to our good pal SockCop, a really funny fellow who happens to be a sock and might be a cop at the same time. Like, welcome in, friend. How was your stream? I'm Davey. I'm an interview streamer as well, but I would be probably most accurately known as a variety streamer. I'm based in California. This is my good friend iocanepowduh, who is a mod on several different channels, and we featured iocane on several occasions before, including karaoke and other interview shows, lots of collabs. But nice to see you all here tonight. Welcome in, y'all. Go follow SockCop. Can we get a shout to SockCop in the chat, friends? SockCop says my stream was a hoot. Thanks for asking, my friend. Absolutely, absolutely. Love you some Skyzer Chiefs. Let's go. Love your taste in music. Yeah, I'm always thrilled when people pick up the references to Kaiser Chiefs because they are such a fun band. Like Ruby and that song, it's just a great group.
That song was my ringer for a long time.
Oh, Ruby was nice. Or that's or is that
no that
right?
yeah.
Oh,
yep.
nice. Yeah, that's actually pretty funny. That's rather useful because like phone call. I predict a riot. That's pretty good.
Yep.
I love it.
Because who likes answering the phone? It's just like,
Right.
all right, this is going to be violence. So we got to get the right vibe and get in the right headspace if I'm going to answer the phone.
Yep. Carterine Cochan says, what kind of sandwich is it? I don't have one on me at the moment, but I think yesterday I had these little pretzel bun slider sandwiches. Those were great. Those were really great. If you've never had a pretzel bun slider, get one because like they taste unbelievable. They're so good. Brenda is my favorite sock who happens to be a sock. Let's go. Welcome, Brenda. Good to see you. Carter says, oh, those sound delicious. Let's go. Sock Cop says, I love a daggum pretzel bun. Yeah, let's go. Alignment. I love it. So Chance the Techie, nice to meet you as well. Welcome. Thank you very much for raiding on in. And Rothgar, have a good rest of your night. Thank you for popping in with us. Here's the link to Sock Cop's channel. This is just a brilliant name for a channel too, and it's quite apropos. So please follow our good friend. It is nice to have y'all here. Thank you for the raid. Those of you who raided in, we were just in the middle of an awesome question, which was, what is the stupidest way you can think of to spend $250? iocane had two different directions that she wanted to go. One was extremely politically incorrect, which could have involved hookers. I wasn't exactly sure. And the other one was the more family-friendly, silly direction, and that's about where we were leaning. But if you haven't answered that question, we'd love to hear it. So feel free to share your thoughts. All right, Io.
I'm still debating. I'm still trying to figure it out because I've been genuinely thinking about it this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would be the stupidest way to spend $250? And like a part of me, the less politically correct side, and I'll play sort of nice with it, but I'm still gonna do it. MAGA merchandise. That's one side, right?
Okay.
It's got to be made in China.
That's very,
just like
very,
all of it,
that's
right?
very, very stupid. I love it.
Right. But then maybe a more like less incendiary stupid way of spending money, I think, is probably Bean Boozles.
Wait a second. I've been called out. Oh my
$250 in Bean Boozles.
I've been called out. Look at this right here. So you're saying you
Shots
think
fired.
the stupidest way to do it would be to get multiple like crates of these, because one of these
$250 worth of Bean Boozled.
One is like $12. One is like $13. So like 10 is $130. So 20 of these. That is, you know what? Honestly, I gotta give it to you. You're right. I think that's on the money. What is this?
King redeemed one. King redeemed a Bean Boozled. Now here's what I can do. Here's what I'm gonna do for you, Davey. Is I don't have any Bean Boozled here, but I am gonna join you because I have.
Ooh.
I have my own on my channel. I have a redemption for torturous candy. What I have is called Toxic Waste.
Oh my gosh, that's in the neighborhood. Yeah.
very, very sour candy.
Okay.
So I'll do my sour candy, and
Okay.
you can do your bean boozled. How's that?
I'm with it. Chris says, Davey, please stop wasting your money on Amazon. Get them at $5 below. Right on. Trina says, iocane, Davey honestly has done that by now. I had to have by now, yeah. Because it's like, we've been on for like 4 years. We've been on for 4 years. 4 years of these beans. I have to think that I've spent at least that amount on beans by now. So this is for King. And you've got, does it tell you what the flavor is or what the flavors could be?
Mine, I just grabbed one. It is a watermelon. Ooh.
Oh boy.
It's green. I don't know if it's going to pop up on screen. But there we go. I've got a green one here. It is absolutely just, it's almost, it's sticky with sour. A little
Goodness.
sticky icky.
Sticky icky. Okay.
So, on your count,
All
I'll
right.
do mine and you do yours.
All right.
Okay?
All right. Before I do that, let me show you what I got. I've got either cappuccino or
that's a
liver
win.
and onions.
Let's be clear here, and I might be I personally love liver and onions. So that bean right there, that's a win-win in my book. You can't go wrong.
I know, and I respect that. I know a number of people have expressed that opinion, and yeah, I mean, you can think there certainly is worse than liver and onions, absolutely. Ruthie Rainbow, thank you for the follow. Carter and Chan, thank you for the follow as well. I've been seeing some comments. I'd give anything for soft pretzel stuff with cheddar cheese. That, by the way, that would taste extra good in the Northeast. So, like, you have it really good in that regard, Io. Like, bagels and pretzels are just so good in your neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start this at 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. But this is technically a win for Io, so I guess it's kind of a win. How are you doing?
Oh, it's so sour.
Oh no.
It is so sour.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Nope, you think it's getting better, it's not.
Right? Like this is me and the beans. The beans I take, same thing. I'm like, I always think, well, maybe I'll get used to it. But
Did you say yours was liver?
yeah. Oh man, I'm so
It's
sorry.
still a win. I love sour.
No, I mean totally, but still it still it looked like it took a bite out of you, Io. I'm so sorry. But thank you, King, for that redeem. Good content.
Team effort.
Yeah, definitely. Trina says, "Oh, that stuff is the worst." It is in both scenarios. But thank you. I owe you one. In fact, actually, fortuitous. I can pick you. Yeah, I owe you one. I owe you one. Now in a couple of days, perhaps. Like I one on the house for sure. That'd be great.
That was a good one.
What are your libations like? Do you have like go-tos like at the bar or at the pub or whatever?
I don't really drink very often. I'm not a drink. I do drink sometimes. Here at home, I have some alcohol. I have some beer, but when I do drink beer, it's sours. I'll do sours.
Okay.
And one of the funny things about doing yard work is that after you're done with the yard work, nothing tastes better than a beer. It's the law. And even though I'm not a particularly big fan of drinking beer, I am a huge fan of having one on the porch after I'm done doing all that yard work. Just sit on the porch, crack open a beer. It is genuinely just the best. Otherwise, I'm a gin person. I like gin. I like gin and ginger in particular.
Ooh, I like gin too. Gin. I like tonic more than gin, but I do like gin. It's like something I've kind of appreciate as I've gotten older, and I think I will appreciate it even more as the days go by. Like a good gin is great, and it's just got. Oh, that's get a little citrus involved. Oh yeah. I love a call.
There's a distillery up in the Bay Area called St. George's. It's in Alameda, which is in the Bay Area. And St. George's is kind of famous in the sense that they are the first distillery in the nation that was legally allowed to produce and sell absinthe. But also, they make incredible gin. And so even though I'm in New York, when I purchase gin, I actually have it special ordered from California from this distillery. And that is my go-to gin is St. George's gin. It's so good.
That's so good. I gotta go look. So I might. I mean, at some point I'll be in the Bay Area again. So I'll hit you up again, like when I just to remind me what the name of that distillery was. Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of great folks in the Bay Area too, Joyce and Bo and the Compliments and so many others. Tess Posner.
Yeah.
Lots of great people over there.
There's a great group up there for sure. And I think and I know that Ella the Bunny Mom's up there too. Like it's like it's a great group up there in the Bay Area. Catching up in chat. By the way, Katarine Chan responding to the $250 question. I would buy lots and lots of bouncy balls. If you could get them back, I may not be such a bad purchase though. Like, but you're probably not getting it back. You're gonna let them out into the street. If it's over, like you can't get those back. They will run away from you.
Yeah.
Let me see. Trina says I submitted a joke answer, which was buy tons of vacuum swimsuits, which is like actually honestly could be a good investment. Trina says, but a real answer is signing up for a pyramid scheme. Oh man, yeah, we've all seen that. There are a lot of different types of pyramid schemes. And remember when like people used to sell chocolates for like their local organizations back when they were kids? Like
it still is a thing. I know in Michigan, all my family and friends and who have kids, they still do like drives where they sell like local chocolate. So it's a whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not surprised it still exists because like that's kind of the thing. And I'm not going to get into that topic because that was my childhood for a lot of years. Like, but everybody knows the deal. Like the parents usually do most of the selling. They bring it to their workplace. Here, my kids got to do this. We got to meet this goal. So we've all seen it. We've all done it. Let's see. But yeah, pyramid schemes are rampant. I mean, you see ads for them and stuff like that. There's so many different. What's a really modern version of a pyramid scheme? Temu. Honestly, kind of.
Oh yeah,
it's a big old pyramid scheme. You get good stuff. You can get like decent merchandise from them, but the sign up to get the free money thing, there is no free money. Like my dad and I tried for an hour to try to figure out how to get some kind of a freebie. It doesn't happen. You just keep buying more stuff.
Yeah. Yep. My neighbor's a big Temu person, and I'm just like, man, just don't. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get into it. Proceed to get into. That's exactly what happened. Farrad, welcome, Farrad. Good to see you. How's it been? It's been a minute. Nice to have you here. And let me see. Anything else in chat? I don't think so. But I too would give anything for sauce pretzel stuff with cheddar cheese in New York or Philadelphia or somewhere like that. Let's see. There's so many of them, and some have gotten quite sneaky. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I love that, Trina. I have struggled to find an answer to this question. I think like a really stupid way to spend $250 is like pay your auto dealer like $250 to replace an air filter, which some of those prices pretty close to that price, and it's like, so that's what I got at the moment, but there's way better answers to that question. Rent out a theater and yeah, this would be a really okay. You want to really waste $250? Go rent out a theater in your local multiplex, wherever it is, and have them show Mac and Me, and see if anybody would go to see Mac and Me in a theater with a big screen like that. Like, would people go? I don't know, maybe, but that would definitely be a waste of
I feel
money.
like people would go for the memes.
Yeah, you
If
know
I
what?
had the opportunity to go see Mac and Me on the big screen as like a joke, I'd do it.
You know what? I think you might have something to it. Even Romo also agrees. Like Romo says, "Hey, I'd go."
Yeah.
You know what?
But if you wanted to do it as like a waste of a movie, you'd have to do like an objectively bad movie. Like I'm just trying to think of like a modern movie like that Suicide Squad movie, just like an objectively bad
that's a
movie.
good one. That's a good pick.
Rent it out and just only watch. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Romo, you shut your mouth. You shut it.
I knew I was gonna get a response from somebody. Oh, true. This is now that has too much of a memeable cult following, which is absolutely fair. Crickster's Mac and Me is one of my favorite movies. Oh yeah. I mean, Mac and Me is actually, we make it fun of it, but it's actually not that bad a movie. I actually rather enjoy
I got
it.
a little visitor too. Sorry, he won't leave me alone. So this is Banjo.
Banjo, hi Banjo.
He just wants attention, and that's why I keep looking off screen because he keeps.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Bugging me for attention.
Yeah,
buddy, you're okay. You're okay.
Yeah. Aw.
He's just gonna hang out for a minute. Hello, good boy.
Yeah. Oh, well, Banjo, you are lovely. It's nice to meet you. I'm enjoying all of your responses to this question. What is the stupidest way to spend $200? Like, a lot of great choices. Christian says my worst way is to send it on anyone who would not spend it on you, or spend it on someone who would not spend it on you back. Interesting. Definitely a lot of choices in that area, right? So like one could do it that way. Yeah. I did also see an ad for you ever see an ad for like this piano on socials where it's like, hey, you can get this piano and it's like almost as good as like a Yamaha and it's only $250. Oh my gosh, this is so adorable. I can't.
Yeah.
Aw. That looks like a very, very like snuggly pup there you have.
He's
there.
a small guy.
Aww. Trina says,
You have a good night, Trina.
Have a good one, Trina. Okay, actually going to bed now. Bye, friends. And puppy. Hi, but good night, Trina. Shout out to Tracky Trina. It's good to see you again. Yeah, this is a good query. I don't know. Like, what would be a slam dunk? This is a terrible movie. Nobody would want to see it kind of movie. It's a little tough because, like you said, some movies are generally awful, but they have notoriety. The Room, classic example. You know, there've been. I'll have to think about that, but. Chris says Waterworld.
Waterworld is one of my favorite movies, and I'm not being funny. I love Waterworld, and I think that it has gotten such a bad rap for no reason. I think it's a great movie.
Yeah,
great actors, interesting plot. You know, it's a great movie. Everything except for everything about it. It's the perfect movie. Fight me.
Well, I don't know if I'd say the perfect movie, but I do think it's a great premise, and I think if they remade it, it would be really good. Like, genuinely, would be a really big hit, in my opinion.
Well, I have this is, and I'm being dead serious here. If there's any one actor I genuinely cannot stand, it's Kevin Costner. I cannot stand Kevin Costner as an actor. I think that he is not a good actor. I think he has one thing. He is a handsome man, and that is it. He's just got this clay face where he doesn't really do any kind of emotion. Like, if you watch a movie with Kevin Costner, his face never changes. He might kind of grin a little bit, but he does not do. He just has this stare. He just looks at the camera. He just looks straight on. He is not. I can't stand Kevin Costner. And even though he's in Waterworld, and I hate Kevin Costner, I still really enjoyed Waterworld.
That's quite an endorsement, IO. Wow.
If you ever watch a Kevin Costner movie, and now the exception that I will say is probably Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is the exception. Mm-hmm. But you watch any other Kevin Costner movie, you will see that, and you pay attention to it, he does not have any emotion in his face. He is not. He's not an emotional actor. He's no emotion, and I can't stand it. I don't understand why he's as famous as he is, other than like handsome guy like cred. That's all he's got. Handsome guy cred.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from on that. I mean, pretty much every movie, like I've seen Field of Dreams, I've seen Bull Durham. Yeah, he's pretty much the same guy. He talks the same. Like that's fair. Yeah. What about from video games? Like, what would be like yeah, there you go. Like, you know how like some of these vintage NES games, if they're in good condition, they're worth like a ton of money. Like you've seen some are worth like $500 or $700. Now, if there's going to be some subjectivity to this comment, but I do think that would still be a colossal waste of money. Like, listen, if it's valuable to you, great, but it's still an old game that you can get the ROM for free, like on the internet, you know? Like,
yeah. Really, it's a nostalgic value. That's what they're for, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you want to get these things, particularly like our age and whatnot, like where we grew up with that stuff, the value is the nostalgia. Like if I had the opportunity to go and buy some of these old games that I had when I was a kid, early NES, NES games, Super Nintendo was really the system that I most like love the most. Going back and just buying a bunch of those old things, that's like the dollar value is kind of moot, right? It's the actual nostalgic value. Like, oh man, now I actually have a copy, like a physical copy of Super Metroid or Secret of Mana. I have a physical copy of, I don't know, like Nintendo games like Iron Sword, or these like old games that people like kind of took for granted back then, and now they're harder to come by, and you might not even necessarily be able to find a decent ROM nowadays. You know what I mean?
I do. That's a really good counterpoint, because like I absolutely subscribe to that with like other media. Like for example, vinyl records, like LP records. So definitely subscribe to that. And when it comes to video games, the physical medium connects you to that era. Like it really does. Like if you were to take one of those old Atari 2600 cartridges, like wow, like I'm holding the moment that this was a big game. Even E.T.
Yep. Yeah.
Even E.T. They tried to bury E.T. in a dumpster, like they literally in the landfill. But even that game, I'm connected to history by holding this cartridge. You know.
Yeah. What was the first video game system you ever played?
Like home system, right? I think it's still
like
it's probably
console.
Because if you count Commodore 64, probably that. But aside from that, I would say it's NES. Yeah, definitely NES. Because like that's the first thing when I was about 5-6 years old. I think it was like my cousin's NES, and it just looked like the coolest thing in the world. And this is just Mario, but it was like it's not just Mario though. Mario was a brilliant game. And back then, it was just like unbelievable, like, you know. So I remember that. I could barely last like 10 seconds at the time, but that was like so little back then. But then I got my own NES, and I got to play that game over and over and over. My mom was not having it. My mom did not like that at all. Like my mom was very fed up with me playing that game day in, day out, night in, night out. I'd be up early in the morning playing, trying to beat the next level. Like, oh, Coach, what's going on, Coach? Good to see you. How's it going? Hiya, Coach. Band Io, fight Io. Is this about the video games?
No, this is just me and Coach. We're in an eternal struggle. We're always fighting each other.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. Roma says I only last 10 seconds with Coach Shipley around. Yeah, that's our buddy Coach.
Over on Alana's stream, she has a FOIT command. And if you know Corwin, he actually was able to program on the back end a really comprehensive fight command system. And it's so funny because Coach holds the top for people who fight. Coach is the most fought person on the channel. And it's because of this. It's deserved.
Best 10 seconds of my day. Oh, that's funny. Let me tell you, I do want to show you something, because like I did receive. I figured at some point I was going to bring this up, because I know we both are keen to Alana's channel. But when I met Atlanta last, yes, I have to remember when this was now. Like it was September 2024. Okay, yeah. So in September
Which was the
2024,
tour.
yeah, during the tour, right? And so when they were in LA, I got to see Danny and her for the first time. And so she gave me one of these. This is whenever you go to one of their shows, you get one of these little goose. These really
You get goosed.
You get goose. You get one of these little goose pins, and it's lovely. And I keep it at the desk, all the time, just to remind myself of that day. And yeah, I'm a foider. I love it, Coach. I love that you have a good rapport going with Coach over there. You both are part of the mod team, right? At Atlanta's, like.
Coach isn't a mod. I'm a mod over there, but
Okay,
Coach
okay.
and I are we've been foiting since 2020, maybe 2020.
Yeah, probably 2020.
Since
right?
Mike
Yeah.
Bass was there's a streamer named Mike Bass who was active during the pandemic, and Coach and I used to go to his stream, and Mike was actually the first channel I ever modded for, and ever since that Mike streams back in I think 2020, we've been quote unquote banning each other ever since. So it's been like nearly 5 years by this point.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm honored to have that battle go down here because I think it's the first time I've seen these
Oh.
bannings on this space. So phenomenal. I love it. Coach, thank you so much. I feel like I'm thrilled. Honestly, this is great. You have 6 Goosepins, Coach. I love that. I know that one of those shows that Atlanta did on the tour, this might have been that tour, may have been a different tour, but I remember she did a show with Jory, like Jory Abner and Alana and Danny, like are all doing a show together in Chicago. Like that show, I saw it on stream. Man, that looked like a really good show. So like, kudos to everybody who put that together. Let's see. Rockstar, InXS, and Marty Casey are coming to Canada in November.
So that's also relative to Mike Bass, but also sometimes when on my streams I do because I do music streams, I actually have so Marty Casey is and Coach know each other, and Marty Casey is affiliated with the band InXS. Marty Casey also has a song called Trees that he got Mike to learn and play, and then as a result I learned and played it, and so that's actually one of the songs on my my song list.
Oh, right,
and that
man.
is a result of Coach.
Oh, Coach, that's awesome. Coach, is Jory and Luna Keller and Elena. That's right, Luna Keller was there too? Wow. I forgot about that. Yeah. Jory and Luna Keller were doing like a tour over in Germany, I think, earlier in the year. So that looked like a really fun time. Wait. Oh, I can't. All right. I can see it's getting very interesting between Coach and Rahomo there. Talking about the 10 seconds. Naked. Okay. Good. We'll let you sort out your differences.
Yep. Trees.
Trees. Hey, Stuart, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome in,
Hey,
Stuart.
Stuart.
It's a banger. Let's go. Yeah. But yeah, Coach, you're in a good spot. Like, Coach is kind of nestled around Chicago, and that's a really good hotbed for Twitch music. LA is a really good hotbed for Twitch music. Surprisingly, New York isn't quite there. I think that's like the most interesting thing about music on Twitch is that I don't know a lot of people from there who are specifically say that they're from New York City. I know people who say they're from the area, but maybe
I think a biggest part of it is because if you're a musician in New York, you're playing in New York. You're not doing it online. I think that's the biggest part. Like one of the reasons why I moved where I am is because I have so many friends in the city, but also a lot of friends up in Montreal. So I'm like kind of right in between there. I'm right in the sort of halfway spot. And that's one of the reasons I'm here. And as a result, like I've got to hang out with lots of folks as they travel from New York to Montreal or back. And Montreal, you see it on a more regular. There's a lot of people out of Montreal on Twitch doing music because it feels like there's less opportunity. Even though Montreal is effectively debatably the New York of Canada. Like you could maybe say Vancouver is or Montreal, but it's up there, right? It's either the LA or the New York.
Absolutely.
And there are a lot of opportunities in Montreal for live music, but almost specifically if you're French, if you're francophone.
Mhm.
So like you got to be more of a French speaker to really kind of take off as a local live musician in Montreal. Which is why there's more Montreal streamers, Montreal music streamers. But in New York, there's just opportunities everywhere in terms of like playing live music, bars, lots of stuff like
Absolutely.
that all over the place. And so that's one of the big reasons I believe why you don't see a lot of NYC music streamers on Twitch.
That's true. Like there are many gigs in New York. I mean, everything from like the subway station to like the street. Like you can do busking.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
You know?
I'm not even talking about just like being like a busker. I mean like bars,
Right.
clubs. There's lots of actual live events, markets, things like that where like you go to and they're paid gigs, like you get paid to do them.
Yeah. Yeah, I coached as many of those in Montreal on Twitch or via Toronto. I guess that's probably
Toronto's big for that too. Also, Toronto's a different vibe, and like Toronto honestly has Chicago vibes. I love Toronto. Toronto's one of my favorite places in the world. And if I had to associate or sort of compare Toronto to any American city, it would be Chicago.
Yeah. It's kind
Toronto's
of
great.
Geographically, it's kind of close. Like it's close obviously to Buffalo.
Not too far.
It's kind of the similar general. It's kind of Midwestern enough, you know what I mean? Like
it's Great Lakes.
Yeah, totally. No, that's
Coach also mentioned about Just Joe, in New York. So that's potentially on the table in a few days too. So
yep,
we'll see. Joe's great.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, what a voice! What a
performer!
Oh, for sure. That'd be really cool to check out Just Joe. So we'll keep you all posted on how that goes. Marcus says, "I'm so glad I got to see them live, Jory and Luna. That's really great. I'm glad you got to see that, see them live, Margaret. Like, they're both awesome performers too. Super duper. I've been to none of these Canadian cities, so I'm very excited to change that in about a month. So it's really exciting. That's the plan anyway. Well, hopefully that'll hold up. But I know,
Toronto's probably the most accessible.
That would make sense. Yeah, it's the biggest city, to my knowledge. But
it's low key. It's not like they have like public transit if you need it. There's and I'm also from Detroit, so going to Toronto is just kind of like normal for me. Is just I just go to Toronto on a regular basis.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get to Montreal for a little bit of that trip. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try. And I definitely will make it to Ottawa during some of that trip, which is going to be great because Ottawa's live music scene is really good. Like,
Ottawa's honestly tiny. Like you think of it, it's the capital of Canada, and you'd expect it to be like massive. It's really pretty tiny. It's
wow.
I was there in 2021, in the winter of 2021. I went with many of you might recognize Twitch. He doesn't stream, but he's a mod all over the place. Damonarchy. So Damonarchy and I are pals, and so we actually did a Canadian tour back in 2021. Like it was like December of 20 something like that, October, I forget month. But the fall winter of 2021, we did a small tour of Canada, Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal, because we both know we have a lot of friends in all three places. And so we hung out with like Kelly Gates, and we went to go see Merms, Andy the Frenchie. There were a few other folks. But so the idea was to kind of hit up all these different Twitch folks in the eastern side of Canada. Obviously, Alana. We saw Alana back when she was still in Toronto, because she's in Halifax now. But it was great. It was great to go all over and see all these things. And what really surprised me was going to Ottawa. It like genuinely felt like Ottawa was just like a town, like a little town. It was not an especially big place. And there's a ton of great people there, like Double Experience are two of my favorite people on Twitch. They're in Ottawa. Danielle, right? She's there. lots of great people there,
Mhm.
and but it definitely has a small town feel. But in Toronto kind of does too. Like I said, it's more Chicago-ish vibes. Doesn't feel like overwhelming.
Right, right.
It kind of feels more like neighborhood like. But then Montreal's a big city. You go to Montreal and you're like, this is New York. I feel like I'm in New York.
Really?
Everywhere's downtown. It's a calamity all the time. And that's the fun of it.
You know, the visual, the pictures of it I've seen do suggest that. It looks like it's been lived in. There's a lot of people there. There's a lot going on there. Thank you for
Like
mentioning.
everything's super narrow.
Yeah.
Everything is like kind of difficult to navigate in many ways just
Yeah.
because of it. It's kind of got like, if you were to mix like New York and Boston, that might be a way to phrase it, because like it's like you got to know what you're doing to get around there.
Yeah, it definitely reminded me the most of Boston personally. Like, it seems like that Boston, but Boston, now that I've been to Boston, like that was just a few months ago. Yeah, Boston's kind of smaller, you know? Like it's like the scale is like you see, it's like 1/4 of the scale of New York in terms of like the amount that's happening there. Which is really cool. It's got the same amount of history. It's got this, obviously been around forever. A lot of great food. But the scale is way bigger in New York, of course. Like, it makes sense. You know, it's higher, it's longer, it's just bigger, more people. Like, so you.
But I meant what I meant for Boston though is that it's like it's so squished and compact, and like if you are driving and you drive and you don't know where you're going, you're never gonna get to where you want to go. Like, you need a native, you need a Bostonian to help you out.
It's true,
because you're just gonna get turned around.
Yeah, the streets go all over the place in Boston, you know, and I do see the same layout with Montreal. It looks very similar. It's like it's like they're jagged all over the place. Like, it's like
yeah. But Toronto's like kind of like Michigan, and that's like a grid for the most part.
Mm-hmm. That's so interesting.
Which is also like New York.
Thank you very much for this valuable information, because I'm going to find it very useful about a month from now. Like, thank you.
I love it.
I love it too. Like, I'm really excited to do this trip. Like, I cannot wait. I'm excited to do this trip too, the one we're doing right now. Like, but both trips. I'm really excited for both. And it's just exciting whenever I get to go somewhere I've not been before, right? And I've been to New York plenty of times. I've been to anywhere in the West Coast plenty of times at this point, like including Seattle now. So this is fresh for me. Like, I'm very excited to see what it's all about. Coach says, I drove to Ottawa for the Live at Elgin show with Danny, Alana, Maddie, and Melissa Lamb. Yeah, do you remember that show? Like, it was like a year ago. Like, it was a really cool show. Yeah.
So, Coach, you said you better learn your French insults for Montreal. So, Andy the Frenchie, you know, Andy's great and everything. She's actually doing a big thing later this month for her community, and so a bunch of people are going to be flying into Montreal to hang out. And I'm not going to be going to the primary event, just because the primary event is happening literally on my birthday at the end of the month, and I already have plans on my birthday. I'm going to go see a concert in Boston, or in Massachusetts. So I'm not going to be there for the primary event, but I do plan on heading up to Montreal to see all the community members, because, you know, there's a big overlap with her community members and like just sort of like people who I just actually consider real friends. Like, people are flying in from all over the world. But because I cannot do anything simple, and because I have to make everything stupid and dumb and funny and entertain myself, I special commissioned a hat. And so I'm going to wear this hat while I am in Montreal, and this is the hat right here.
Oh, let's hear it. Let's see it.
This hat, it is in French. Do not ask me how to pronounce these words, because I do not know how to pronounce these words. I barely speak any French, but I can tell you what it says, and I'm going to wear it proudly as an American who does not understand French. What it says in French, if you cannot read French, is born to shit, forced to wipe. And I'm going to wear this proudly in Canada, in Montreal, where they generally hate Anglophiles, Anglophones, English speakers, you know, people who don't speak French. I'm going to wear that hat while I'm in French Canada. And I'm gonna just like play the role of the idiot American, and I'm very entertained. Born to shit, forced to wipe.
I love that you're just leaning into it. I think that's great.
Yeah.
And honestly, what else can you do? Like, if you don't know, I don't know that much French. Like, if I do venture into Montreal, what am I gonna do? I can't pretend to be good at it, so I'm just gonna just lean into my naivete there as well. Yeah. Carlo, by the way, has promised us some sandwiches, plural, in a couple days. So, Carlo, I'm excited. I'm very excited for that. So I wish you the best of luck. I hope much success on your journey to meet the some of the members of the Queendom, in the community, and I do hope that hat takes off well. Or at least I hope they forgive you for it.
I'm gonna wear it when I cross the borders to the no, I'm not gonna wear it. I'm definitely not gonna wear it at the border.
Yeah,
I'm not
good
gonna
idea.
mess with the customs, but I'm sure that they would find it very funny.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Born to shit, forced to wipe.
Love it. Brooklyn pickle at midday, crust in Rome, Bork Avenue shortly thereafter. Oh yeah, if you can make it down for that part, it's gonna be a vibe. I'm gonna get to see Bork Avenue in a couple of days. I'm like pumped for it. I'm genuinely excited about that. Like, it's like
Yeah, this Friday. My plan for this Friday is I'm gonna leave in the morning.
Okay.
And I'll probably get over to that area kind of early afternoon.
Okay.
And then we'll have the day together, and then I'll have to drive back that night. But
Okay.
yeah.
I'll let you know where we're at as we go along. So like, just feel free to. We'll stay in touch. Yeah. Twinsy half sandwiches split. Let's go. But anyway, this is gonna be such a fun. It seems like we have some fun things happening this summer. I wish I could have made it to the Andy the Frenchie thing too, but but it does sound like a really fun time. So please have fun. Enjoy all the things. I know the food is unbelievable over there too. Like, I know it's insane, like how good like smoked meat is there, but I'm sure there's way more than just that. They say that bagels are great in Montreal. I can imagine there's so much more too.
Yeah, 6 p.m. is a good time for me to start heading back anyways, because on Friday night, like late night, 11 p.m. my time is I have a thing with some friends.
Okay.
Where we do stuff online. So that's a good timing. So I could leave it even as late as like 8. So
okay.
Yeah, if Carlo has to wrap up at 6 p.m., that actually works out great for me, because that'll mean I get home slightly after sunset.
Sweet. I think I'm good with that too. So we'll talk, of course. Coach says, Dave, you take your vitamins before Io gets there. We've met before. We've hung out a couple times. I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'll be ready. I'm always ready. Should be fun times. Okay. So yeah. Any other questions from chat? Anybody else with ideas on how to spend $250? I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't come up with a good answer. I'm just like kept coming up with things that like they were kind of good, but not really. Like the movies, for example.
Yeah. That's a hard part. You're like, I've got answers, but like, are they good enough?
Yeah.
I know I could do better.
I definitely could. I've definitely wasted $250 worth of things in the past, but certainly nothing stands out at the moment, you know. Certainly not one thing. Like, it is like, there are probably shoes you've bought in your lifetime. This goes for any of you watching this tonight. Like, you're like, man, did I really need to spend that much money on that? It happens. It's okay, you know? Everybody makes mistakes.
Yep.
But that being said, you know what? An E-Machines computer, if this was like 25 years ago, that would have been an easy answer to the question. E-Machines computer. But 25 years later, probably not a factor. All right. Well, this has been really fun. I'm looking forward to catching up with you again in just a couple of days, hopefully. And Carlo, Davey, and Io in one place. Why didn't I? Coach, are you close enough to hang with us? I mean, you could. I mean, I don't. Because if you're within driving distance, you can jump in on this too.
Oh, Coach, that for Coach, that would be that's like realistically, I'm just mathing it. That's at least a 10-hour drive each way.
Yeah. It'd be crazy. And I was actually doing it in reverse too. I was thinking, like, would there be a day in there where I could go to the Midwest for a day, not really. Same scenario. Like it would be a lot of driving. It'd be a lot of driving. But where is Coach? Coach is around Chicago. Yeah. So
Yeah, Chicago area.
I think what you'll do with that is eventually there will be a Chicago trip somewhere in the near future. So yeah, so Coach.
Chicago would be a great place to kind of meet up and hang out with folks.
Oh yeah,
Chicago's so much fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I've been wanting to go to Chicago for a very long time. I came very close in 2014, and then I pivoted. But it's always been something I've wanted to do. So you're right, it would be really cool, and we have a lot of friends over there too. So like that's the second thing that's really good about, including Coach. Like, so that'd be a great time. I do have Chicago on my radar for 2026. I love it. I have lots of friends. Oh, we have a lot of friendos there. Absolutely, yeah. So that'd be a fun time. Keep us posted on that too. So
I used to go to Chicago all the time.
Oh, nice.
Like 20 years ago. I love Chicago. I was a big active. I played laser tag competitively, believe it or not.
Ooh.
I was a competitive laser tag player. I used to travel all over the place to play laser tag. And Chicago used to have a bunch of centers where I'd go to play, and so I'd be over in like Hoffman Estates and stuff like that. And I made a lot of friends over there. I love Chicago.
Dig it. Yeah, I mean, it just I'm glad that you. How did you do in those tournaments, by the way? Like, did you?
I was great.
Nice.
I was honestly like one of the best. I was one of the top laser tag players in North America.
Wow, no kidding.
It was a league. It was a sort of it was called the USA, but the A was EH because it also included Canada. USA.
USA.
And being based out of Michigan, I was playing. I have a ton of Canadian friends out of like Mississauga and London, Ontario, Montreal, and
I know where that is now.
Yeah.
I know where Mississauga and London.
The company
Ontario.
was called Laser Quest. That was the brand. It was called Laser Quest, and so Laser Quest existed all over the place, and they had stuff. And I was a really really good player. People used to recruit me to play for their teams all over the country.
Wow.
And my code name way back when was Voodoo. I was Voodoo.
Ooh.
And people still to this day refer to me as Voodoo. And yeah, I used to play laser tag competitively, and one of our favorite places to go was the Chicago area, Hoffman Estates, Arlington Heights. Yeah, I was so good. I wasn't Deadshot. You know what I did? There was a couple different ways to play laser tag, and my sort of like role was I was a dog fighter. I was like toe to toe with other people, and we'd be like twisting around trying to shoot each other. And then you'd have people like at a greater distance, and then people at a greater distance from there. I was toe to toe with people. I was like right up in the thick of it, and that was my thing because I was so quick and spry and little, and so I was able to like get all up in there, and I was really really good. And dogfighters were hard to come by because it was such a physically demanding position, and I was great. I was really really good at it. This was this is more than 20 years ago. But it was a lot of fun.
I remember playing laser tag 20 years ago. Yeah, it's very hard to shoot that gun accurately. So I give you so much credit for being so good at it, because that's an instinct.
And like when you get good at it, like I was, you play entirely different than anybody else.
Oh wow!
Like the way you played and the way I played were 100% different.
100%.
And like when you think of it, like you're playing a game, right? And you've got the gun and you're shooting it, right? Like boo, poo, 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 pew, 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 like this. That's not how I shot the gun. The way I shot the gun is I held it, instead of pointing it, I held the gun sideways. So it would be sideways, and I would pull the trigger with my thumb. And so I'd be pulling the trigger with my thumb, and then instead of pointing it and like shooting at you and you're shooting at me, I would stand sideways. I would be sideways, so you couldn't see my front or my back. You could only see my shoulder, and you'd see the front of my gun, and I was moving the gun around like this, shooting with my thumb. And that's how the pros did it, and I was a pro.
Dude, there's
a whole other ball game when you actually knew how to play.
Yeah, because like that way it's harder for people to get you. That is such a great idea. And then
and so I would be all up in front, like, and the only if you were shooting at me, the only two things you would ever see was my shoulder and the very front of my blaster.
Wow.
You wouldn't see my front and my back, my other shoulder, or the sides of my blaster. You would only see my shoulder and my gun. And the gun was always moving around. I was constantly moving it, so you could never really get a good shot in. It was very difficult. And my shoulder, the only thing you could see, I was wiggling it. I would wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'd wiggle that thing like crazy,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
couldn't. It would be so hard to hit it. And that's what the dogfighters would do. I would be right up to somebody else, and I would be trying to flip my gun, trying to shoot them in the front of their chest or on their back, and they're doing the same thing to me. So I'm shaking my whole body trying to avoid their gun from hitting me. They're doing the same thing to me, and it was intense.
Wow.
I actually sprained my back once playing laser tag. Like, that's how intense it was.
That is intense. Yeah, I wish I could see video of you doing this. This is great.
Oh, it looked stupid. We looked like absolute buffoons, but it was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Coach says Io was I remember Laser Quest. Love it. Carlos is the NBA of laser tag. Pretty much. Sounds like you're at the top of your game, like the Michael Jordan of laser tag. That's great.
People tried to recruit me. People were. I almost got a free flight to Phoenix once. They were just like, "We need somebody on our tournament, on our tournament team, and like, we need a dogfighter, and like, if you're available, we'll fly you out." And I wasn't available, but I almost went to Phoenix at like 19 years old to play laser tag for people who I never actually even met in person.
Oh, I love it. That's how you know you're making it. That's really great. Quick little and spry IO says Coach. And Scribe says, Io don't play park ball no more. No, not at all. Coach says, Io took down dozens of elementary kids.
Those kids never saw it coming. Well, part of it, so I actually worked for the company too. That's one of the reasons I ended up getting good was I got to play for free. So I got to play for free all the time. And I saw what other people were doing, and I just learned and adapted, and I got really, really good.
No, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you take advantage of that? If you've got it for free, like, you can totally get some good practice. That's a great idea.
Yep.
Coach says it would be on Betamax, Davey. And Carlos is reel to reel. 8mm film. Let's see. Carlos says the only thing worse than being the fat guy IRLs is the fat guy in laser tag or tag at all for that matter. Sigh. It's all good. All good.
Well, if it's any consolation, Carlo, since then I have nearly doubled in size. So I'm no longer that tiny little rail skinny child. I am quite the midlifer now.
Oh my gosh. Good times. Well, that troll pros for life. Nice. Well, gosh, this has been a fun conversation for sure. I hope that the continued success with your house, like, it just sounds like so much fun for me. Like, just living in an apartment, neighbors on this wall, neighbors down here, neighbor over here because I got my roommates over there, and it's like, yeah, you're living the life. Like, congratulations to you, my friend. Like, it's amazing.
I wouldn't say I'm living the life, but you know what I'm doing is I'm trying to, and I'm making the very, very best of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy. It's definitely a struggle, but yeah, it's definitely yeah, exactly, Carla. I gotta milk it. I gotta do everything I can to maintain it. And you know what's nice too? It's slow. I get to live that slow life. I got my little puppy here. I make my dinner at night. I never go out. It's just a slow, chill life, and it's nice.
Oh, I feel like it's a good thing to have right now, folks. Like, I really do. I'm gonna be chasing after some slow, chill life too, in days to come. I think. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get creative, but I love it. I love that for you. Carlos is okay. So the only thing worse than being a fat guy is being the fat guy. Now listen, Carlo. You might. I don't even. The bottom line here is to be continued on Friday night. Carl, I bet you're not. I bet it's not even. Yeah, I bet you're not even like the fat guy. You're like maybe one of the guys. I bet you. I've. And listen. And the bottom line though, beyond all that, you are the coolest guy, and you are the cool guy. Am I right? Like, fat, skinny, or whatever. Like, you are the cool guy for sure. Bringing the puppy. Oh, that's a good question. Are you?
So, I mean, maybe it depends on what we're doing. Cause like if it's a situation, I've got 2 dogs. I've got the puppy and an older guy. They're both tiny guys, but I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I wasn't initially planning on bringing them. I was going to leave them at home all day, but like, if there's like a situation where it's okay, like, you know, obviously I couldn't leave them in the car while I'm not in the car.
Right,
But
right.
if I can, yeah, 100% I'll bring them.
Cool beans. Well, either way, that should
They're
be.
super cute.
Oh, absolutely. We would love to have a little cutie with us as well. Well, I thank you again for jumping on and doing this with me. Like, it was really great to catch up with you again. And yeah, like we were saying, to be continued on Friday, hopefully. So, yeah. But
Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to it. It'll be great to see you.
Oh yeah, like same back at you, and I'm looking forward to seeing Carlo for the first time. That's gonna be great. And
Yeah, same.
it'll be fun. Oh, you have not met Carlo before in person either?
No, I don't, I don't. No, wait, Carlo. Wait, actually, I think we did. I think
Okay.
maybe we did meet once. I'm really bad about it, but maybe we did. Carlo, were you at Vegas? 'Cause I think we may have.
Okay.
I'm so bad with stuff like this. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, not
Okay,
in
so then
Vegas.
we haven't. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just. I'm like, I don't remember because Vegas is a blur. But man, I could tell you some horror stories of Twitch events being a blur and me making a complete fool of myself. But yeah, so this will be the first time we meet. So yeah,
Yeah. No, for
great.
sure.
I'm excited about it.
In Vegas is definitely a blur to most people too. Like, remember when like half of TwitchCon got COVID?
I was one of them.
Yeah, I think I was.
I
too.
never had COVID before. TwitchCon Vegas was my first and so far only time
Wow.
getting COVID was from Vegas.
That's
I
crazy.
literally almost died from it.
Oh no, I didn't know that. That's,
Yeah, I'm
no.
okay now, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, it definitely was nuts for a lot of people. Yeah. But yeah, but at any rate, I feel like we'll probably do better with the health this time around for this trip and the next few trips we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It obviously was just it was just a lot of things coming together, at unfortunate times. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. Be well,
Yeah.
Io. Thank you again. I would gladly take some suggestions for raid targets. I mean, if I've been there recently,
Do we want to rate a date everything streamer?
I mean, I was teasing that. What do you think? We could do that.
I don't. I say let's keep it in the community and let's keep it in the music community.
Yeah, let's do it.
Generally,
I like it.
my suggestion, my homie who she just started her stream, Dora.
Ooh.
You know Dora, Existence 130.
I remember Dora. Yeah. Like, it's. I haven't seen Dora in a minute, but she's a really good looper.
Yeah, she's streaming right now. She just started her stream like 20 minutes ago.
Okay. Let's do it.
That's my suggestion.
I like
I'll put
this.
it in the
Okay.
chat.
Existence. It's been a minute, but every time I go, it's such a bop. It's a great time. Oh yeah, Existence 130. Yeah, totally. So let's get some raid calls in. Thanks to the mods tonight. I appreciate Mocker hanging out with us. It's good to see Rahomo again too. And King, was nice to have you pop in here and there for a little bit. We may break the matrix. Well, I gotta see this. Yeah, definitely, Coach. I hope one day we'll get to meet as well. If I do end up in Chicago at some point, I'll let you know as well. Oh yeah, Dora's awesome. Let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna start the raid. Let me go start up some raid calls. Y'all have there's raid calls. I'm sorry. Thank you, Rahomo. And then go ahead and copy that one or the sub raid call. And I wish you a good night. Thank you, Io. Let's go say hi to Dora. Oh my gosh, that'd be really great.
This is great.
No, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Had a great time with you. It's a great time hanging out with you. And more to come in a couple days, I guess. So it'll be really great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, safe travels as you do make that trip, and I'll try to do the same as I make my trip over your way. Big time thanks to all of you who tuned in. I appreciate you doing this, hanging out. We'll be back here next week at some point. We definitely are gonna do Super Mega Trivia. I should reach out to you about that. If you have time on Thursday next week, let me know if you'd be interested in that. And you can let me know either way. It'd be fun. Same, likewise, Carl. I haven't actually reached out to you about that yet. But if you would like to join us for Super Mega Trivia next week, please let me know. In DMs would be fine. Absolutely, Coach. If you come to Chicago, please, absolutely. Take me to like your deepest dish pizzas. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to be a rube like that. Like, obviously, there's better than just deep dish pizza. So I will gladly take your advice. All right. Take care, friends. We'll see you at Existence 130. Have a good rest of your week. I'll be back next week. Take care, friends. And I'll probably see you soon in a couple days. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you. Take care, y'all. All right. Is it this one? Yes.